Hello there everyone, welcome to the final episode of 7 Deadly Seasons with Everton in Football Manager 2020. Of course, we're trying to win the Premier League with Everton. We have just one season left, but we will run over how we have done so far. Then, of course, we will head to the transfer update and how we have done pre-season on the way to the final season that we have here, season number 7. And then we will see exactly how we did, whether we managed to complete this task or not through simulating one whole season. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this series. I've very much enjoyed the little journey that we have had here with Everton, nonetheless, whether we do manage to do it in this final season or not. And if you have done, and you have enjoyed it as well, please let me know down in the comments your suggestions for the next teams, because I'll probably have already started the new one by the time this one comes out. But for the one after that, we might have, well, we might not, to be fair, with FM21. But if you want me to continue this going forward into FM21, let me know down in the comments. Of course, we're going to have player spotlights. Of course, we're going to have tactic testers. But going forward, series is pretty much just going to be on twitch.tv/MegaLukeGaming. We are going to start with a Youth to Gold. Don't you worry about that. And these type of series, the 7 Deadly Seasons, will remain on YouTube eventually. So, without further ado, viewers, let's have a look at a little recap of how we did in season number 6 and a little overview on the story so far. So this was season number 6. Of course, we finished in 3rd place, 83 points, 9 points behind the champions, Manchester United. So we haven't done too bad. It's been very inconsistent though, as you can see here. 5th place, 7th place, and we're just yo-yoing. Pretty much what Everton was like about 10 years ago, before the likes of Tottenham and before the likes of Tottenham and Liverpool started to get better again. Everton was around about 5th place all the time, really. 5th to 7th place, that's round about where they stuck. But we've managed to break the deadlock and we've managed to finish in 3rd place comfortably. And I really do feel like now we have hit the ground running and we do have a title winning team. It's just whether they can gel together. So, let's have a look at the pre-season on this final season, whether we've made any transfers. You can see one, you can't see him. You can't see him, my head's in the way. That's a shame. It's a good one though. Let's have a look at season number 7, pre-season. Okay, we are here at the 8th of August, 2025. It is pre-season. We are about to play Brighton in the first game of that season. So, let's have a look at the predictions before we go any further and have a look at the signings, because season preview does predict that we will finish in 4th place behind Manchester teams and Liverpool up top, so that's not too bad whatsoever. But the transfers is what we need to talk about. We've had a few offers here for our 2 regens, which we have rejected. We've made a big move, guys. We've made a massive move. On the outs, Jordan Pickford went to Southampton. Of course, we've got our Brazilian goalkeeper now, who is fully fledged, who can play in this country with a work permit. So we are happy with that. But we went for the big man at Barcelona, Ansu Fati. He was on the transfer list for £72 million. And he is unbelievable. You all know how good he is. He's very well known now in world football because of his great start in his actual career in real life at Barcelona. And we have managed to pick him up for £72 million. He's been a bit of a bit part player for Barcelona. 25 games, 34, 32. But he's started all of them, unless that just doesn't show it. 13 goals, 10 assists. They did not want him. 7.78 average rating. I think this is a very good signing for us, and I'm unsure on what to do, whether to play him, whether to make sure that we are guaranteed to play him, or whether we let the assistant manager make his decision, because he's at 189 current ability. He should be playing, whether the assistant manager likes it or not. But look how good the physicals are, look how good the technicals are. He's a monster, viewers. 5'11", he's no slouch either. He's a big, tall player. 5-star current ability. That's no surprise there, and he's just 22 years of age. But look at this, a free transfer, and we've been very good with the free transfers. Joshua Kimmich, for his our final season, at 30 years of age, a free transfer. That's not bad, is it? He's better than what we already have with Max Aarons at right back, and as a free transfer, we're paying him a lot of wages, but that's fine, viewers. He can play in a number of positions as well. If we wanted to play DM or even centre midfield, he can do just that. But right back is his strongest role. He's very good going forward. He's decent in defence, and mental attributes are exceptionally good. He's not as quick as Max Aarons, but I think experience will prevail here. We got him from Benfica on a free transfer. They paid £20 million for him, and they only signed him to a one-year deal. So I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. But that's our 2 transfers in this preseason. The tactic we are looking at and the players that we are looking at playing, as long as we have Esposito up top and as long as we have Mantovani in the net, I think I'm going to leave it to my assistant manager. And the reason why I'm doing that is I feel like when we have picked the players for the positions, when it's been a really tough schedule with Europe and things like that, our players are struggling with fitness. Then we are playing players who have a fitness of like 85, and they're not doing too well in the game, and it's costing us in the long run, injury-wise, or they're just tired during the game. So I'm going to let my assistant manager rotate a little bit more. We've got so many good players in a lot of positions now because, I mean, if we look at the squad and we go on to ability, look at the players that we have here who are like 4-star and aren't actually guaranteed to start. Like Hamed Junior Traore, Phil Foden, Mbai, all 3 really good centre midfielders, and we still have Castrovilli, we still have Donny van de Beek. It's just so many really good players. Riquelme's coming through. He's 20 years of age now. He could do a job for us in that centre midfield. And I don't think he'll even get a look in because of the amount of really good players that we have. Gabriel Barbosa, I mean, I was so happy when we managed to sign him. I don't think he'll be playing that much. I think it'll be an Ansu Fati and Esposito strike force going forward. So that's quite interesting what we see here. But without further ado, viewers, I think it's about time we go forward and we see exactly how we do in the final season of 7 Deadly Seasons. Let's have a look. Right, okay, we've stopped it at January. And the reason why we stopped it at January is because look how good we are actually doing. We're in 2nd place. We've just started losing a couple of games, and Liverpool's taken a bit of a good lead. And I want to show you, because obviously I'm watching the simulation as it's happening, it's showing me what position we are in. The past positions, if we look at Everton, we've been top for a while. So that is week number 8, we took the lead at the top. And it wasn't until week number 16, we dropped down week 17 when we lost to Brentford. Viewers. Then we went on a bit of a run where we finished in 2nd, well, we stayed in 2nd position up until this point. But look how good the start of the season was. Honestly, we did not drop any points until we got to Liverpool in November. We won every single game in every single competition. It's remarkable, really, when you look at it like that. We continued then. We didn't actually lose a game until December. We went on a very good unbeaten run where the only points dropped was against Liverpool in a 0-0 draw. We just couldn't score against them until we faced Manchester United, who have Stuart Sturgis, who I know is one of the best strikers in the game, from Sheffield United originally, or Tottenham originally. Then he's played at Sheffield United quite a lot. I've looked at signing this guy a couple of times during pre-season, but we couldn't afford him with the players that we wanted to get, as well as Esposito, so I don't really feel the need to. But then Manchester United's bought him this season for 67 million, which I've offered more in the past, which is very annoying when that happens. He's having a season of his lifetime right now, and he is the guy who has kind of ended our run. So we've then took a bit of a bad turn because in December then we've had 4 losses in the league and we've dropped off massively. So I've come back and then we've lost the next game. So we've actually lost 5 games in the Premier League and all of them have been in this last month. So I'm quite like, I need to change something. I need to make something happen before things run away from us. And this is what I am suggesting doing. Transfer-wise, I don't think there's not much point. We've only got £6 million. I don't want to sell anyone to bring anyone in. I'm ignoring the transfers. I think it's something to do with the tactic and who we are playing. So I've rotated a few things. Now the reason why I've rotated a few things, Ansu Fati has not been playing, and I don't understand why my assistant manager, the best player on our team, has given Ansu Fati 1 start and 15 appearances from the bench. So as a striker, And he still scored 6 goals, really, so that's quite remarkable. He hasn't been playing him as a striker. We had 2 up top. He hasn't been playing him in my final tactic that we had before. So I wanted to change things around. I wanted to go back to wingers, and we have inside forwards now. That's where Ansu Fati's really good at. We don't necessarily have the best inside wingers on this right-hand side. We have a few players who can play there, hence the reason why I've left it blank. We have the likes of course, Gabriel Barbosa. We have Phil Foden. We have Pedri. All these kind of players can play on this right-hand side. Now, we don't have a good DLP. So, Donny van de Beek, I think's attributes suit a DLP the most. And he kind of can play it. He's not the best player there, but we're happy to keep him there. And Joshua Kimmich, I think, needs to play in that complete wing-back position, as does Ait Nouri, because they are just absolutely exceptional. And the way that their fitness and stamina is, they should be fine for the rest of the season. I think 17-17 there. We should be fine with them. They're not doing too much work, although they are both on attack. And of course, Mantovani in the net, that's who we want to keep playing there. So I think going forward, this is the way to go. We've got a box-to-box midfielder and a Mazzala on attack. We keep the exact same mentality, so in possession is exactly the same as my final tactic. Still a gegenpress, still distributing the ball to the playmaker in the midfield, and we keep a high pressing line with a much higher line of engagement at the start, keeping defensively narrow and preventing all these short kicks with intensity of urgence. So I think this is the way to go. It's a gamble, viewers, because we are in a very good spot right now, but I'm watching it and I'm seeing us win, and I think this is going to be easy, and then we lose 5 out of 7 games and it all starts to go a little bit tits up. So I've made the executive decision to change it. That's the reason why I'll come back in January. 1, to make transfers, 2, to change it if I need to. And this is the first time in 7 Deadly Seasons history that I am bringing you back to show you something that I am actually changing in the January. Mainly because, 1, I haven't really changed much in January before, but 2, this is the final season and we actually stand a chance of doing something. Now, in the other competitions, we faced Genk in the Champions League, Barnsley in the FA Cup third round, and the semi-final of the Carabao Cup against Brighton again. We seem to be playing Brighton so many times. It's ridiculous. So, we are still in every single competition. We could still win every single competition. Will we win one competition? I don't know. I think maybe one of the cups would be quite good, but I think Liverpool, they have such a strong team. And if we look at their evaluations here, they've got Frankie de Jong, Trent, Zaniolo, Gabriel Jesus, Fabio Silva, who is remarkably good on this game, I've noticed already. Diego Linez, who's very good. Miguel Baeza, of course, a final legend from our World Rot Examination series. So many cracking players. It's going to be a tough one. So, let's see how we get on, viewers, in the final part of 7 Deadly Seasons. Again. Well, I don't believe it, viewers. I do not believe it. Those changes made us win the league. We've only drew 2 extra games against Wolves and Liverpool, and the rest of the games we won. We won 30 games. 30 games. That is unbelievable. I cannot believe we've managed to pull that around and change it. I mean, let's have a quick... Esposito with 26 goals. So, the guy from Manchester United, Stuart Sturgis, he dropped off slightly there because he was at the top to begin with. Esposito, who had 11 goals in January. He had 11. I seen it there. 11. He now has 26. He scored 15 goals in the second half of the season when we took away a strike partner. This is unreal. Pedri there with 11 assists. He's been playing on the right-hand side. This is absolutely outstanding. I cannot believe we've managed to pull this off. Wow. And I think... Does that mean that Manchester United and Chelsea have won the Champions League and the Europa League? I mean, it was won by Chelsea, so Europa League must be won by Manchester United. That is crazy as well. But we finished runner-up in the FA Cup, knocked out the semi-final by Brighton, which we've seen. But it doesn't matter, viewers, because 7 Deadly Seasons, we've managed to complete one. We have done the task of winning the Premier League with Everton. Now, I know a lot of people were saying you should be doing this fairly easily. But like I mentioned in the last couple of episodes, it's not easy when you're simulating. As you've seen there, when I come back to January, I had to make some changes because things just tailed off. Luckily, it was just before January. And we managed to save something because something wasn't right. And let's have a look here. That's exactly how I left it in that tactic. And we have managed to go on and do it. That is unbelievable. Well, let's take a look at these Premier League winners, viewers. Let's have a look at the appearances. Of course, Mantovani and Esposito with the highest. Those are the two that we guaranteed spots from the beginning. But let's have a look at the goals. 36 goals for Sebastiano Esposito. Ansu Fati managed to score 15 in the end. So he's really done bits in this final part of the season here. He's got a lot more starts, 11 starts there. So he only actually got 10 more starts in the league. So he must have picked up a bit of an injury, I'm guessing. Wow. So he actually missed 3 months as well. So we missed our best player for 3 months and another week there. So 3 months and a week, Ansu Fati unavailable for us, and we still managed to do it. So that's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. Castrovilli, he's also played a huge part. He scored 12 goals in total, 7 goals in the league in that midfield position. So a very good free transfer there. Another really good free transfer in Hamed Junior Traore. He's done very well. 5 goals in the league this season. 2 free transfers there. Pedri, we spent so much money on Pedri. The record signing here of £101 million. And he got 11 assists this season. 13 last season. His last season was unbelievable. We really understated that, to be fair. Ryan Aït-Nouri with 15 assists as well. How many of them was in the league? Just the 9 assists in the league in 32 appearances. But what an amazing performance from a lot of these players. Lamine Mbaye, he's come in. We've managed to nurture him. We bought him from Nantes a long time ago. £13 million. I mean, he's only worth 1.9 because his contract actually runs out, which is quite funny. He wouldn't sign a new deal last summer, I remember now. I'm sure he would want to sign one now because we are now Premier League winners. Joshua Kimmich, I think that is a very good signing. Very good signing at the end of last season. Gabriel Barbosa still managed to get a few starts. I'm sure he's not too happy about it. But how good is that performance? And the average rating there, Esposito, Ansu Fati and Todibo. Again, another player we managed to pick up in the last couple of seasons who really changed our fortunes going forward. £41 million. And you look at that now and you think, that was a hell of a signing. Worth £65 million now, and he's in the prime of his career. So very good signing there with Todibo. I think this has been lucky at the same time. But what a squad of players we have managed to build here. Only a couple regens, which is very unlike me, not going for the regens. But I just feel like in this, the right players arrived at the right time for me. Like Todibo, Ansu Fati being transfer listed. Doesn't usually happen. Joshua Kimmich on a free transfer season after he signs for Benfica. Castrovilli, free transfer. I mean, Esposito, for season number 1, we signed Esposito. Let's not forget about that. Season number 1, 19.75 million. We played him in bit parts the second season when he was just 17, 18 years old. And then he scores 29 goals in his first full season, playing every single game. He scored 29 goals. His best season, he got 31 and 37. He has been an unbelievable striker for us. £72 million, and he's just 23. He's just 23, and there we are, our favoured personnel. It's crazy, really. It's absolutely crazy. But what I do want to see now, if we go to Everton and we go into club info, are we classed as a legend or an icon? We're just a favoured personnel. That is all we are. A favoured personnel, and you can't even see my name on there. Unbelievable. I mean, okay, Dixie Dean, he scored an insane amount of goals. But Duncan Ferguson's in there as a legend. We've just won the Premier League. We've won FA Cups. We've won Europa League. And we're just a favoured personnel. What is happening? What is happening there? Crazy, crazy times. But there we go, viewers. Sebastiano Esposito is an icon. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. So there we have it then, a little bit of success in 7 deadly seasons as we come towards the end of FM20. Thank you for all the support that you've given me so far on this series. Very well responded to it, and everyone seems to be very happy with how the series is. No one's saying I should be doing something differently. You're all kind of you're all in on how we do it, and that's what I like about it. I thought it might be quite a good hit, and it definitely has worked. I do enjoy these shorter series. The 4-part series I think works very well for people not really like losing interest after a couple of episodes. It keeps you interested. We get the job done in this one, but it's also a little bit more dramatic, of course, just doing the 7 seasons, giving us a little bit of a target. So I'm happy with it, and I hope you are too. FM21 is coming round the future very soon. Like I mentioned before, we'll be looking at some tactics, definitely some Ryan Cassidy tactics. We have some coming out extremely soon, to be fair, on FM20 still. We're still doing them. And we have some player spotlights, of course, straight from the off. We'll be looking at a few other things which I want to do at the start of FM21. But of course, don't go anywhere. We will have some FM20 stuff still coming. And remember, viewers, if you are a wrestling fan or you want to watch me wrestle, then Reach Wrestling YouTube channel. I'm going to have to try and remember to leave the link down in the description, because I have my vignette, my promo out this very week on the Reach Wrestling episode number 3, 7 o'clock Friday night is when I'm first introduced to the Reach roster through a lovely little vignette. And then in a few weeks' time, viewers, it's debut time. And don't you worry, I'm going to be reminding you on that, because I need all of your support. I need every single one of you supporting me. Even if you don't like wrestling, even if you don't like it, you might just wonder, what does he look like when he's wrestling? Is he any good? Does he look like an idiot? What's he wearing? You have to find out by watching the video. And I'll leave all the links down in the description for when that happens. And I'll keep reminding you, because I want to get as many of you guys over there to support me as possibly can. So viewers, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you can. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Or if you're just lingering and just leaving me to it. If you haven't created an account yet, but you just watch all these, create yourself a bloody account. Get over here. Subscribe. I need you here. Bye-bye, viewers. Cheerio. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, remember to smash that like button. Hit the Patreon page if you want some early access to some videos or to sponsor a player. And here is a video that I think you might like.